Do you need expensive tools and programs to learn how to draw? No, I don't think so. It doesn't hurt to have expensive tools, but when you're learning, I'd honestly say get the cheap stuff. Especially if you're young or if you don't have like a big income at the moment. Because having, say, like a Cintiq or the entire Adobe Creative Suite, that's not going to make you a better artist inherently. I worked on like a broken old bamboo tablet for years, for like all of drawing Sovereign and Pretty Mouth. That's what I worked on. And I did all right art. I learned a lot. I'll be real, it's annoying to fight with like a broken tablet or like a broken piece of software, but it's better than nothing, and you're still gonna learn how to be a better artist just through practice and your fundamentals. But yeah, you don't need the expensive stuff, because there are people who draw on like printer paper with ballpoint pen who do like amazing, beautiful art. That said, having like nice tools like a display tablet will make things easier. And when you're working in traditional art with like more expensive, say, paints or papers, there's more like archival quality to them. Like the pieces will last longer and the materials will be easier to use. But you don't need those to learn. Honestly, if you're starting out, get like working traditionally, get just some pencils. You can get like really great packs of like a whole range of pencils from like an art store or even from the dollar store, and get a little crappy dollar store sketchbook, and you can learn everything that way. Like, that's all you need to start learning how to do art. And for digital art, go get like the cheapest tablet you can find. That works. There's lots of affordable tablets these days. In the past, it used to be like a couple $100s to get a good one, but now you can get a decent one for like under $100. The tablet I currently use is, I have a Wacom Intuos. I got it used off Kijiji for like $65, and it works great. I'm still able to do all my art with it. So yeah, so just get a little cheap tablet, get it on sale, buy it used. There are tons of cheap art programs you can get as well. These days, it's getting easier and easier to get a hold of these programs, and it's getting easier to afford these programs, really. Because I remember, like, growing up, I couldn't afford, so for, like, the Adobe Suite, I couldn't afford hundreds of thousands of dollars for it. Whereas now, I pay for a subscription to Adobe Photoshop. And, like, they have a deal where you can get, like, Photoshop and Lightroom for, I think, like, $15 a month. That's super affordable compared to what it used to be. You don't need, like, all the fancy stuff to be a good artist. It's like I said, it's not going to inherently make your skills better. It just might make things a little smoother for you to get the more expensive stuff. And also, like I said, with apps getting cheaper and cheaper, if you're starting out with digital art, I would recommend picking up Clip Studio Paint Pro. I'm not being sponsored by them, by the way. I just really like the program. If you're watching this series, you've seen me working with it on my comics. But it's, like, amazingly affordable. And when I switched to Mac from a Windows computer, I was like, oh, well, I can't find Sci for Mac. So what do? I can't afford Photoshop either. So I looked into it, and I looked at Clip Studio Paint. Back then it was called Mango Studio. You can buy their basic program. So, like, the one I use in these videos, you can get it for $50. Like, that's amazing. That is so cheap for such, like, a powerful tool. So if you're starting out, just save up a little bit of money, go buy that. It's always going on sale. Like, I see it for like 20% off or like 50% off all the time. So just save up and go buy that, because it is definitely the most powerful tool I've used for its price. It's great for digital art. So if you're doing, like, say, black and white comics, or if you're printing black and white comics, it works great. But if you're going to do, say, like, printed color work, it's not great. It's not built for printing or CMYK values, and it exports them really weird. So I wouldn't recommend it for that. But if you're just drawing and learning and posting your stuff online, it's like the perfect program. But yeah, if you're learning, go buy a cheap tablet, go buy a cheap program. Don't pirate, it's illegal. I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over again in this video. Putting in the work is the most important thing when you're starting out. So don't worry about buying the best tools. It's not going to make your work better. I know. Everyone's always looking for that quick fix, right? Like, I always think, like, oh, I'm going to go buy a Cintiq and my art's going to be easier to do and it's going to be better. The thing is, it's probably not. It might be a bit more ergonomic, but I can still get the same quality lines with my little Intuos. Anyways, that's my little rant about expensive tools. It was originally a question someone asked on like an old video about like good drawing apps on a budget. And honestly, my answer was like, just go buy Clip Studio Pro. But that's a really short video, so I made it longer. Anyways, that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I'll be answering all the art questions, and Bones, the other guy on this channel, will handle all the writing questions. His videos just take a little bit longer to make. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you next time. Goodbye!